Well, very good. So we have a viewer who wants to have our panel discuss the daycare fraud issue. The viewer's not clear on exactly what that was all about, but wants to know what's going on with that topic and how we're going to fix it. So let's start with you, Representative Miller.
Okay, real good, Barry. Thanks. And this is something that I've really been trying to work closely with. So what happened was there was a Fox 9 story that had a whistleblower that they talked about, and they were finding cash literally going out in suitcases outside the country. And when they did some investigating, they found that this program, this CCAP program, is just rife with potential fraud. So we had the Office of the Legislative Auditor do an audit. Now, this is a nonpartisan part of the legislature, and they do a great job. I think both Republicans and Democrats really find that they give useful information. Now, they don't always give all the full answer. They're just there to audit. So that report came out about a week and a half ago, I believe, and I won't pour through that report, but to say that what they found is they can't necessarily attest to what that TV program said completely. They do think the program is rife with problems, and it is something that there is probably fraud there, mostly because just the program, won't get into the depths of it, but the way the funding happens going to the daycares and how it moves about, that there's some problems. So we definitely need to have some investigations going. I think this is a nonpartisan issue. If there's fraud, if there is taxpayer money being misused, we need to address that. I'm also concerned that this is child care assistance program. This is for, I'm very big on this. My wife was a single mom at one time, and it's very difficult to get yourself ahead when you have that dynamic with kids in the house. And we are a society that believes we need to be able to prop those people up, give a safety net, all of that sort of stuff. But for every dollar that is wasted in fraud, we can't give to somebody that truly needs it. So I'm looking forward to the governor to address this matter very vigorously and seriously. A group of us have written a letter to the federal government because there's federal dollars that are involved in this, and I hope we get to the bottom of it, and I hope that the programs that we see moving forward get to the people intended and that there's nothing that's being stolen from the taxpayer.
Senator Franzen, your thoughts?
Well, I agree. We should be cautious in making sure that every taxpayer dollar is accounted for. I served on HHS for 4 years and know the program to the extent that we have an inspector general who looks into and sees what fraud is going on in the government. There is a diminished return as well. You can put some more funding into looking for fraud, and then you're going to have too many people looking for fraud, and it's going to cost more than the fraud you might find. The problem with the news report that was said, I even had constituents call me to really, and it goes further. It been targeted to a certain group of people. I've had constituents call me to ask me how much does the government give to Somali community, and I think that's the negative effect of having a sensationalist story. There was the inspector office of the auditor's report that said there might be some fraud, but we can't substantiate the fraud that was claimed in those reports. The extent of it, and we're expecting another report in April coming up. So let's look into the details. I'm back on that committee. We need those dollars to go where they need to go. So we have to get to the bottom of it. But it's not about pegging or putting a community. It did really a lot of harm, I think, when it comes to tackling this issue. But I'm 100% backing what are the resources that we need to put in place to making sure that dollars do go to where they're intended to go.
Representative Purcell, any thoughts on this?
Oh, just echo what's been said. We definitely have to get figured out and investigate what did happen. I was advised that in talking to a few of my friends in the legislature that are Somali, that they were quite taken aback and thought that they'd been targeted unfairly. I don't know enough about the rest of it to say, but definitely the money needs to go where it should go, and I just trust that we aren't giving daycare providers any more grief out of this whole thing than what they need, because we've got a shortage of daycare providers, and we need them. So it's an issue that's going to cut both ways here for us, and we'll get it figured out.
Senator?
Yeah, I'm not going to repeat everything that was already said, but I think this just in general kind of gets back to one of the dilemmas we're facing. The accountability that's so important, but again, the paperwork we talked about, we don't want to do things that everybody has to fill out paperwork and do this for that accountability. So it's a balance that we need to find, looking at it, but it is, just like everybody said, money needs to go where it's meant to help the people that are in need. And when that doesn't happen, when there is some type of fraud or abuse of the system, it's hurting the people who really need the help. So, it's great when a whistleblower comes out. I just hope we can all focus in on what's really happening and find out the truth behind it.